Hello, everyone. Here's your weather hazard briefing for Tuesday, April 9th. We have a quick round of showers through the area today. It's not going to amount to too much. It's still going to be warmer than yesterday, and this warmer weather is sticking around through at least the weekend, even though by Friday we're already seeing the next low influencing us by producing some gusty south winds, some showers across the area, but keeping those temperatures warm out ahead of it until it looks like we get to next week when that low actually moves across the state. Our weather risk outlook, we don't have much going on today except for a few showers. And really, the only impacts we're going to be seeing is along the Portneuf River, especially in the Pocatello area. The gauge there is remaining fairly close to flood stage. It has dropped below flood stage, but we should remain fairly close and go back up into flood by the time we get to next weekend. Looking at satellite, we already see cloud cover with the next wave moving from northwest to southeast across the Pacific Northwest and just north of the Continental Divide for today into this evening. So it's a fast-moving system. We're not expecting a whole lot with that particular wave coming through, but certainly some things we'll have to keep an eye on as we go through time. Otherwise, here we are starting at 6 a.m. this morning. The showers shifting off to the south and to the east. Most of this stays to the north. Once we get into this afternoon, showers over the central mountains, up along the Montana border, and along the Big Holes and Tetons there, and we'll see showers increasing. Some showers expected, especially north of Blackfoot, north of Craters, moving across the Snake Plain. It's not a big chance, but a shower or two is possible. We might even see a couple of thunderstorms up across the upper end of the plain into the eastern highlands for this afternoon into this evening, but for the most part, those showers are pretty much out of our hair by the time we get to midnight. So going back to the rest of the forecast, with that precipitation moving through, it's showery. Not everyone's going to see some precipitation, but generally light amounts. We might see a tenth up along the Montana border, also over into the Tetons as well, but again, fairly light across the board. And where we do see snow, generally light amounts, we might see a couple of inches across the Tetons up around Sawtell Peak and up along the Montana border as well for this afternoon into this evening. And with those high-end amounts, that's likely going to be where we get a little more precipitation, some colder temperatures, and some heavier showers up over higher terrain. It will be breezy today with that system passing through. Most of the wind gusts across the Magic Valley, the higher wind gusts across the Magic Valley down to the South Hills and Albion Mountains, also up on the ridge tops, those gusts in excess of 30 miles per hour, pretty much starting in the afternoon and going to right around sunset a little bit later, perhaps, across central and eastern Idaho. Temperatures for today, we're going to push about 5 to 10 degrees above where we were yesterday, so 50s to near 60 in the lower elevations. Still some 30s and 40s up in the high country. And for tomorrow morning, the temperatures are really going to start driving the snow melt over the next couple of days. Where we have issues is where we're going to see overnight lows remaining above freezing, and that's a good chunk of the interstate corridor, also south of the Snake Plain into the South Hills and the Albion Mountains and down towards Malad and the northern end of Cache Valley as well. Temperatures for tomorrow just a little bit warmer. We'll see some more low 60s across the area and a lot less 40s up in the mountains. And going to Thursday, we continue that trend with some afternoon highs near 70 or low 70s, especially west of Pocatello and south of the Snake Plain. Again, where we see those warmer temperatures in the overnight hours, that's what's driving the continued snowmelt. If it's warm during the day, we do expect snowmelt. It's at night when we get the colder temperatures that really starts to slow things down across the area. Going into Friday, really warm air coming in ahead of that low. That's when we'll first see the first day of showers across the area, so very warm temperatures at night still. Even warmer in the afternoon on southwest flow, mid-70s once you get to the lower end of the Snake Plain, south of the Snake Plain and over in the Magic and Treasure Valleys. Even Stanley's going to be 60 or a little bit warmer than 60 for Friday. and temperatures just fluctuating with a degree or two on Saturday with another round of showers. We'll skip ahead to Sunday. That's when we start to at least lower the afternoon highs, but overnight lows will stay fairly warm across the area as more precipitation continues. And it looks like it's going to be kind of showery and wet and cooler as we head into next week. So speaking of looking at some of that river flooding, here's the Portneuf River at the Pocatello gauge. You can see where it is now below minor flood stage, and will stay between action and flood stage all the way through the rest of the week. We get into the weekend, we do see that trend coming up. That's initially a lot of snow melt that is out there to occur with these warmer temperatures, and then we're going to get warm temperatures, rain on top of snow in some places as well. And right now there is a decent shot, a 65-ish% chance we get into the very low end of moderate flooding by the early part of next week. It still remains to be seen. The forecast right now, at least initially, is a little bit on the lower end of the some of the ensemble forecasts that are out there for the river. So it's very possible we don't get as low as action stage. We may very well over the next few days remain right just within a skosh of hitting the actual minor flood stage on the gauge there at Pocatello along the Portneuf River. So certainly it's that time of year. We're going to start worrying about that in more areas. But right now it looks like the Portneuf River is the only one we're having to worry about any flooding concerns. But certainly many of our rivers and streams and creeks are going to be running high and cold water over the next several days with the warm air coming our direction. So once again, even though we got showers today, it's going to be warmer, and that warming trend continues even with the next low that starts influencing us by the end of the week and into the weekend. So warmer temperatures ahead. We're going to be at some point in some places 10-plus degrees above normal by the time we get towards the end of the week. So have a great Tuesday and stay safe out there, everyone.